Y'all. No makeup. Amanda, popping in here. Get authentic. Get real. Share some BTS with you on what's happening in my life. So last week I didn't release a video. And it was hilarious because the week before that I made a video about how you should keep hitting record in order to get clarity on what it is that your soul is here to create. And I just loved the experience last week where I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm not releasing a video. And the contrast between those two. And I just kind of want to quickly talk about that and also catch you up on what's going on behind the scenes and do this super imperfectly, share, and really just allow this YouTube channel to just kind of start becoming a little bit of my diary, my journal entry to you guys, sharing the BTS. And there's something else I want to say. So stick around. Stick to the end of this video. So one thing from a human design lens is if you look at your human design chart and you look at the top two centers on your chart, the head and the ajna, if they are not colored in within your chart, you are someone that is going to change your mind. And making yourself be someone that has a very strong belief one way or another and trying to prove that you're certain about something is going to create resistance in your life. And that is exactly what happened in the experience of the last 2 weeks. I released this video, which I genuinely do believe is incredibly helpful to hit record. There's a time and a place for everything under the sun, right? It's one of my favorite Bible verses. It's like, there's a time to rest. There's a time to play. There's a time to whatever, all the things. And there is a time that hitting record and just starting to produce will kick you out of paralysis by analysis. And there is a time to rest when you are experiencing a lot within your life, or whenever you are, I don't even want to say necessarily, it could be experiencing a lot within your life. Like there were definitely times during the first year of motherhood that it was like, oh my gosh, there's no way I can create a video. And at the same time, when you were trying a new creation method and what you tried didn't work, there is a time to rest instead of rushing and getting something out. So that's what happened last week. I have been onboarding an editor and I am going all in on one editor and an outsource agency company that I'm working with. And I threw the editor in the deep end with these profile pieces that I'm editing for this channel, these human design profile pieces that I announced in the last video that I uploaded. And as I edit them, like even I am having a hard time editing these pieces. There's a lot of nuances to it. And I'm actually really enjoying the process because it's been a long time since I've had a hard time editing a video. A lot of the YouTube videos, they're boring to edit. They don't take much creativity, and these do. These are more documentary style pieces. And I used to, whenever I was running my video production company, almost every single video that I edited, I had a moment of despair where I was living with my sister at the time and I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's not going to work. I don't think it's going to happen. And then she's like, Amanda, you always figure it out. And I would call that process cracking the code on the edit. Oh, I haven't cracked the code yet on this edit. And as I began to do more and more videos, I began to get better at sitting in that discomfort of, I will eventually crack this code. So in these profile pieces that I'm currently editing, today I just cracked the code on one of them and it's not fully there yet. And I could rush through and I could get it up, but there's a part of me that wants to sit with it a little bit longer. And one of the other elements, and all of this is to kind of share how using human design in business is not a linear fashion. There are several things that kind of pop up in my mind as I go through a day like this or a period of time where I'm kind of shifting things, changing my brand, how I approach my YouTube channel, really getting back into alignment first and foremost. There's several things that I'm thinking of. One of them is, do I think I have something to prove? Having that open ego within your chart can make you feel like you're here to really prove something. And whenever I do that, that's going to create resistance in my life, right? So having a very strong opinion of something from that open ajna, or even searching for inspiration and feeling like I need to find it, have the mental pressure to figure out what I want to create or whatever, having that certain opinion from the ajna that I'm not going to change my mind, as well as that open ego. Those things pop up a lot. The open sacral, do I know when enough is enough? It is currently 3:00. My mom generally comes home with my son around 4 or 5. And I threw on my workout clothes this morning. It's cold in here, but I have my workout clothes on, hence the no makeup. And I could either work out or I could sit here and try to finish a video. And when I ask myself, do I know when enough is enough? The answer is always never. But what I also know is that I am quad right, which are the arrows in your chart. And once again, these are all the nuances that come down to like making decisions in your life. Like it all comes down to an embodied experience. When I talk about this, it makes it seem like it's a mental experience, but it's tapping into the body and really feeling. I have hit the capacity for editing at this moment in time and don't really want to push through. What I want to do is alternate, which is my determination. I want to alternate and actually go move my body a little bit in the remaining time that I have. So this video, like I said, more of a diary than anything, more of an update, more of, to a certain degree, being willing to show up imperfectly and also feed the algorithm just to say, hey, I did a video. I didn't do one last week. But the final thing that I want to say is there's two more things that kind of go through my mind in this moment in time. One of them is I'm a pure individual, and individuals are here to do things a little differently, a little on the fringes of society. We're going to be seen as freaks. And it's funny because the more that I release videos, the more that I release emails, I have someone in my life, and you know who you are if you're watching this, that is like, hey, they always respond to my emails and they just are like, hey, are you going crazy? Like, what's going on with you? Like, are you okay? You know, whatnot. And that freak side, accepting the freak within me, has been a lot of fun to watch unfold. When I was younger, my AIM handle, my, instant messenger handle that you'd go home and you would message, and that's how we all learned to type, the millennials of us, was proud being weird. And I am owning that by releasing this video and all the other ones that I've been doing. And if you're on my email list, you're watching that come out even more. And if you're not, you should watch the Quick Start Guide to Human Design or video linked in the description below. Okay, final thing that I think about in this moment in time is that my unconscious sun is all about retreat. So last week I said, create videos, your soul, so that you can understand where your soul is headed. That is coming from my gate 1, coming out of my identity center. If I'm not creating, I feel like I'm dying. And because I have an open identity center, I have an inconsistent direction in life. And that creation can often, over time, build and lead to where I'm going. That's where I can start to become clear on where things are headed. And at the same time, 33 that is pointing to my direction, coming out of the throat, is the gate of retreat. And it is my unconscious sun. So it's a big energy within my chart. And it is about taking a step back to turn a weak position into a strength. And I'm feeling slowly this desire to do that, to step back and investigate, because I have line 1 of that. I have recently joined a 30-day YouTube challenge that I'm watching, that for the first time in 5 years, I'm actually learning something new about YouTube, despite all my investigations. And it's showing me things a little bit differently than I anticipated. the plan of action that I put into place with these profile pieces and kind of letting go of the algorithm and whatnot. And I can see a much easier way of growing the YouTube channel for the first time. I am still skeptical a little bit, specifically for the person that's sharing this information. But I am listening and I'm investigating. So there is a chance. I don't know what's going to happen over the next several weeks. I might get this profile piece up and running. It might come out next week. It might feel really good. Or I might retreat for a little bit. I'm going to give myself the space to really feel into it and see what's best for myself and my unusual, inconsistent, unpredictable energy. All right. I'll wrap this video here. Thanks for watching. Please drop your comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts of watching this. And if you watched all the way till the end, you're my people. And I will link to 2 videos on the screen now for you to watch next. I'll see you in the next video.